Welcome to When to Play episode number 17. And on today's review, we are going to be looking at Long Shot. This is a horse racing game. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? Anyway, Long Shot is a theme that wasn't attractive to me at all. Racing games tend to be something that I'm not really that attracted to. I don't know why. It's a personal thing. It says nothing about racing games at all, except that they're not my personal favorite. But Long Shot has a lot going for it. Now, I got this game dirt cheap on Tanga. I don't know what I got it for. It's published by Z-Man Games. It's by Chris Handy, and Z-Man has a lot of great games, and I really found a lot of things about this game that I liked. Now, it's not for everybody, though, and hopefully this review will help you determine if Long Shot is something for you or for your game group, or more importantly, for your family. I think Long Shot is a game that can really shine in a family environment because it is simple to play and you can play it with all different age groups. So that's a definite plus here. So in Long Shot, what you're doing is, let me show you the board here first. You are going to be racing horses. And there are two ways that you can earn money in Long Shot. So the winner of this game is going to be the person who makes the most money. So you'll see that the board is basically just an oval racetrack with a start and a finish line. And the player who makes the most money at the end of the race, and the race ends after 3 horses cross the finish line, the game is over. Whoever has the most money wins the game. Now, you can win, or you can earn money by buying horses that win, or show, or place. So, for example, this horse 6 Gun costs $20 to buy. You'll see there up in the top corner. If you buy this horse, he is now yours, 6 Gun. So if he wins the race, you are going to get $100. And it tells you right here on the board on the corner how much money you win if your horse wins, places, or shows. So that's one way you can earn a lot of money. But obviously there's a bunch of horses in the game. And it's a random dice rolling that determines who wins. Now there's cards and stuff that can impact the game as well, but really it's a random kind of race. So if you don't like random games, if you're one of those gamers who it drives you crazy to have random elements in a game, then you got to get Long Shot out of your head. It's not going to be for you. You're not going to like it. There is not a whole lot of strategy in this game. It's minimal. The strategy element is minimal. So keep that in mind. However, it's a ton of fun. And why? Because you really get a feeling that there is a race happening on your table. You get that feeling. You are rooting for your horse. Another way to make money is you can place bets. Let me talk about the components really quick. The board, as you saw, the board is very nice. The horse cards, these are just cards. They're linen cards. They're linen finished, so very high quality. Same with these Long Shot cards, and there's a bunch of these, and you'll get these every turn. You'll get to draw a new Long Shot card, and these do all kinds of crazy things in the game and make it more exciting. But these are nice quality linen cards as well. The horses are these plastic horses that stand up. They're fine. They're not great. But one bad thing is you've got to put the stickers on yourself that has the horse's number and color. And you need to have those stickers on the horses to play the game. So you're going to spend some time putting stickers on all the horses in the game. Now, worse than that is these stickers aren't good stickers. They will peel right off the horse. After you play it one time, these stickers are going to start folding up. So I had to actually super glue all these stickers onto the plastic horse. So, you know, it would have been much better if they could have painted or printed, had them molded with a different color and number on them. But it is what it is, right? And I got this game so cheaply online that I'm not going to complain about it. I just put a little super glue on there and they've held up just fine. But that is something you need to know about. The dice are great. There's a, what is this? A 10-sided? Yeah, 10-sided and a 6-sided die, custom dice, very nice. And then there are betting tokens and there are reroll tokens. These are linen finished as well, cardboard tokens. They're very good quality. The box is a linen finished box as well, good quality. The insert is good. It's got a plastic insert where the cards fit and the horses fit. Everything has its place. So the quality of the components is very good except for these stickers and for this. Paper money. Why paper money? Come on. Now paper money, I understand a lot of people like using real money, and you could make an argument that if you're betting on horses, you want this kind of feeling of real money in your hand. If that's your argument, I accept it. It's a valid point. But it's just so fiddly to have to deal with paper money, and chips I think would have been a better option, or tokens or something like that. Because as it is, you've got all this money you've got to deal with, and it's hard to keep in order, you know, and if the box gets moved around and everything, you're going to have to resort your money every game. That may just be a personal pet peeve of mine, paper money. But I'd just much rather have chips or coins or tokens than this paper money. But the game, you use paper money. So besides betting on or buying a horse and winning to gain money, you can also place bets, and you can place bets on any horse you want, but you can only bet $5 on your turn. So if you think a horse that you don't own is going to win, you can bet on that horse by taking that horse's number token and placing it on top of a $5 bill in front of you. And if that horse wins at the end of the game, that horse's card will tell you what the payout is. For example, Six Gun here pays 6-1 if he comes in first. He pays 3-1 if he comes in second, and 2-1 if he comes in third. So you're going to be betting as well during your turn. The rule book is small. It is well illustrated. It is simple. This is a simple game to understand. It has step-by-step instructions, so anybody can learn how to play this game. You don't have to be a gamer to learn how to play this game and to learn how to enjoy this game. If you can play Monopoly, you can play Long Shot without much trouble. So right here, it'll show you in the rule book what the turn sequence is. And there are 5 steps during the turn. So when it's your turn, the first thing you'll get to do is take any actions for any horses that you own. So let's look at Last Chance. He's horse number 7, the orange horse. So the first thing I could do on my turn if I own this horse is I could use his special ability if I've purchased him. And his special ability for Last Chance is at the beginning of your turn, if Last Chance is in last place or tied for last place, advance him 3 spaces. So every horse has some special ability that lets you help him catch up or do different things. So that's the first thing you can do. The second thing you can do is roll the dice, both dice, the 10-sided and the 6-sided. The 10-sided will show you what horse is going to move. And the 6-sided will show you how many spaces that horse is going to move. There are 4 ones. I think there's 4 ones. Yep, there are 4 ones, a 0, and a 3. So 0 is bad, 3 is awesome. Usually it's only going to be moving 1 turn. So that's the dice. You roll the dice. Then you take one of 4 actions, and you can choose which action you want to take, but you can only take 1 during your turn. And those are, you can play one of your cards, one of your long shot cards, they're called. Let me read you a couple just so you can see what they do. Dead Heat is one. If 2 or more horses are in the lead and share the lead space, collect $10. Just so if you share the lead with another horse, you get $10 if you play this card. Horse Jockey 2. Advance horse number 2 1 space. If you own this horse, advance it 2 spaces. So why would you want to advance a horse if it wasn't yours? Well, because you have a bet on it, right? If you've bet on number 2, then you might want to play this card, especially at the end of the game. Now, the last quarter of the track is the no bets area, and it's a different color. So once a horse enters that no bets area, nobody can place any more bets on it. So you've got to try to get your bets on the horses you think are going to win well before you know for sure. So you can't just start betting on horses right at the end and score. It doesn't work that way, which is good. Here's lucky number 7. Lucky number 7 says, when any player rolls a 7 on the horse die at the beginning of their turn, play this card and collect $5. So somebody rolls a 7, you can play this, you get $5. If you play this card on your turn, it does not count as your 1 action per turn. So that's a free one. So there's just a whole bunch. Here's Jockey Itch. And some of these are kind of comical, but this one, move any horse back 2 spaces. So there's a lot of these cards that introduce more random elements and fun and chaos into the game. And that's what this game is about. It's about a horse race. You don't know what's going to happen. You're trying to hedge your bets. You're trying to make the most money. But you're at the mercy of the dice rolls. You're at the mercy of the cards, both of which are random elements. So if you hate random things, again, this isn't a game for you. But when you play this in a family setting, especially with people of all different generations, you can have a ball. Because it really does give you that feeling of a horse race. You don't know who's going to win. At a certain point, you start betting on the horses that are ahead, but things can change. So at the end, especially when they get into that no more bets area, you're really rooting for your horse. And those dice rolls get more and more exciting as they come closer to the finish line. And that's what makes a dice rolls fun. It makes that random dice roll fun. If there's something on the line that you're rolling for, it's more exciting. And this game can be exciting in that way. All right, just a couple more rules things to mention till I we'll look at some of the ratings on Board Game Geek for this, and I'll give you my conclusion. But a couple more rules things. When you buy a horse, different horses, they cost different amounts. And there's also on the bottom, it will show you different numbers. And if you roll those numbers on your turn, you can move your horse. So for example, if you own number 9, you would spend $20 on this horse. But if you roll a 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, or 9, you're going to move that horse. If you spent $10 on Slow Gen, you only get to move the horse if you roll a 3, 4, or 10. So the more expensive horses, you have a better chance of moving them along. So the earlier you buy them, the better off your chance that you can get them ahead of everybody sooner. But remember, the die rolls are going to be moving a horse every turn. And it doesn't matter who rolls the die, whatever they roll, that horse is going to move unless they rolled a 0. So if your horse is number 1, if another player rolls a number 1, they're going to move your horse for you. So that's something to keep in mind, that the dice really do impact the movement of those horses every turn. Now, you might be thinking, oh, well, rolling a 0 must be horrible. If you roll a 0 on this die, you don't get to move the horse at all. But all is not lost, because whatever horse number you roll, you get to steal a card from the owner of that horse if you roll that horse's number and a 0. So there is a benefit to rolling a 0. So let's look at Long Shot, let's look at the rating, and let's look at some comments on Board Game Geek of what people have said about Long Shot. Now, the ranking of Long Shot is 141. It's the 141st ranked family game. That's good. Board game overall, it's 669. That's still good, especially for a random family game like this, because as you know, Board Game Geek tends to be board game hobbyists, not necessarily regular people, as I like to refer to them. So family games like this tend to be ranked lower, so just keep that in mind. Its total overall rating is 6.81 right now as I read this, so that's a pretty great rating for a family style game. So let's look, and I haven't looked at these yet. We'll look at some of the very low scores. So let's look at it. Number 1, John says, Last night, 7 of us played long shot, and everyone but I seemed to really enjoy it. 2 people stated their intention to buy it. I hated it. A random, slow, overlong bore. Munchkin on horseback. So yes, again, if you are the type of player who needs strategy, if you can't relax and have fun and let the dice dictate what's going to happen and enjoy that and enjoy the interaction and enjoy the feeling of a horse race, then you're not going to like this game. There's no way you're going to like this game. But John also mentioned something really good that I forgot to mention. 7 people played this game. 3 to 8 players. So this is another game that is up to 8 players. So if you have a big family, this is a great game for you. If you're not a gamer but have a big family and are looking for something to pull the family together at an event or Thanksgiving or on a rainy day, this is a great one. It really is. If you're a gamer, a strategy gamer, and you need meat on the bone in your games, then you're not going to like Long Shot. It's, as you can see from my description, it's got a lot of random elements in it. So you've got to enjoy that kind of outcome that's determined by the dice rolls and the card draws. Now, also the next one is There's Too Much Luck. It's not that exciting. Winner's Circle is better. That's another horse racing game that I can't speak to. But let's look at some of the 10s. People have rated this a 10. Christian says, great for small to large groups, fun interaction with friends, and a game to get out of your seat and cheer. I sometimes wanted to get up like Kramer watching the horse he bet on and act like I'm on that pony. Seinfeld. And then Philippe says, you really get the feeling you're on the horse track. So that's really the bottom line. They've distilled this down. A horse race is random, right? You don't really know which horse is going to win. Now you might, if you really follow the horses, you might know, and the odds are on the, I think when you bet on a horse, you know what the odds are. So you're betting the odds. But when the horses start going, you get that excitement of, oh my God, who's going to win? Am I going to win? Am I going to win the money? This game kind of recreates that feeling on your tabletop. It does it probably as good as can be done. So if that sounds like something you would like, that your family would like, I think Long Shot is good for you. And I got this game, like I said, I don't think it's still available on Tanga, but when I bought it, it was very, very cheap. So I'm sure you can pick this game up for a song or maybe a dance. But either way, it's worth it. I hope this review has helped you, and we'll see you next time on episode number 18 of When to Play. Thanks.